I needed a media cabinet that could fit all my components and also have multiple shelf heights so I could fit my components the way that I need them positioned. I found this one from HOCOM that seemed like it checked all the boxes, and it also seems like kind of a throwback to the stereo cabinets people had back when I was a kid, which is perfect for the room this is going in. I got it in black, but it also comes in white and a faux wood brown. Installation was extremely easy, and the manual was mostly clear, but I have a few tips I can share with you. First, a power screwdriver will make this go a lot quicker. I wouldn't use a powerful impact driver, but the basic battery screwdriver I used seemed perfect. I also only needed a standard Phillips head bit and only one size, which made it all easier. Follow the instructions as is for the first few pieces. When it's time to insert the metal pieces, note they're marked by an arrow. I'm surprised there's still products out there that don't stamp the directional arrow on those, but it's good they're here because it makes it easier. Just aim it towards the hole. Insert them all along with the wood pegs. Once all the main pieces are prepared, here's the one place the manual isn't clear. Put the bottom shield on first, and this should be pretty self-explanatory since there's the extra components for the front-facing piece of wood that shows the direction this should go in. Then insert the middle shelf and make sure it's not flush with the front. If it is, flip it over until it's oriented like you see here. I made that mistake when I assembled the first one of these and had to take it all back apart when I added the glass door. Then finish with the top shelf, put the other side on, and tighten it all up. Now add the back pieces and make sure they line up with the wall brace like I'm showing here. Screw holes are pre-drilled in these panels, but not the cabinet wood itself, so a power screwdriver will once again make things much easier here. I carefully lined up the first screw, made sure it was as straight as possible, then moved to the opposite end to tack it all in. Then I just added the rest of the screws and repeated on the other side. I strongly recommend adding these back pieces even if you're like me and you normally don't add them. It helps keep it sturdy, plus I think the missing middle strip look is actually really cool. If you're like me and you have one component like an AV receiver with a ton of wires, you could actually just cut the bottoms off those two pieces to expose the whole bottom shelf. And since it's the bottom shelf, you won't even know it's missing. I'll show more examples of what I mean later. Then add the front angle brackets. I forgot these on the first one I built, and they actually make a big difference. I added them back in later and was pretty surprised how much sturdier it felt with them. Now for my only complaint about this unit. These are the shelf mounts which allow you to change the height of the two extra shelves. They're pretty standard and look like almost all the rest, but there's no notches in the shelves themselves. Both units were like this, so I guess it's intentional? That's kind of a big oversight though, as the shelves can easily slide out without a notch to hold them in place. I may eventually switch these to ones with a flat side and put some double-sided tape on them or something, but so far it hasn't been an issue. Installing the glass was easy except for aligning the glass between the two spacers. That was kind of a pain. Oh, and do not use a power screwdriver for this as you don't want to crack the glass. I didn't get a good angle for the video, but here's how I did it. I laid the clamps out and got each ready in their correct orientation with the screws facing the inside. I then put on the top one with the glass out of the unit and carefully tightened it up. Then I placed the bottom bracket into the unit and got the spacers ready. I then flipped the glass door over and put the top mount into the unit and then slid the glass into the bracket I had waiting at the bottom, then tightened that one down. I then slid the metal brackets over the top middle of the glass with the push writing facing out. Apologies for another terrible angle. Then I adjusted the glass door in the brackets till it all lined up and opened smoothly. It all seemed very sturdy, so I started adding my components. I placed my disc player on the middle shelf and the record player fit perfectly on top. There was just enough space to open it, and the weight was no problem for the metal disc player to handle. Below that was my cassette deck, and under that was the AV receiver. If you look carefully in back, you can see how I cut the rear cover off right at the shelf. I actually bolted the rear panels to the shelf too, so hopefully that'll prevent it from sliding. So now I have full access to the back of the receiver, but the rest of the unit retains that neat missing middle look. I used the extra shelf for the second unit, and to be honest, the second unit is just there as a matching speaker stand since I don't have any of these components connected. Looks pretty cool though. So while these were inexpensive, I felt like they were a pretty big upgrade to what I had there. I mean, the original setup was functional and all, but this opened up the room quite a bit, and I really love the retro look to match my crazy lab theater thing here.